Stand by. All right, folks, here we go. We called their names. Now we are putting them into the mix. Event number 4, presented by Trifecta. 2-round snatches. 125 pounds for the first 2 rounds for these athletes. They'll do 10 snatches, move forward 12 burpees over the bar. They'll advance past the yellow line and repeat that. They'll advance past the next yellow line and move on to the barbell with the green bumpers that you can see about midfield. And for rounds 3 and 4 of 10 snatches and 12 burpees, our athletes will be working with 75 pounds. Riley going to work in lane number 6. Williams and Garrett right there with her. So our lead athletes are in the center of the floor. Coming up on 1 minute and 20 seconds. Riley from CrossFit EAX advancing into the next zone. She'll tighten that belt up and go back to work. 10 more snatches at this weight. Nicole Corey advancing. Williams and Garrett now advancing as well, kind of knotted up for second and third, passing 2:03 on the clock. Brierly still in the lead. Looking to close out her snatches at the heavier weight. One of our athletes here in heat number 1 will set the time to beat with 3 more heats of competition coming up next. Our event record, owned by Katrin David's daughter, 5:35, the event record time. And if you guys are tuning in at home, we appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed our live show on CBS. And we are back with heat number 1, event number 4. If you're just joining us, welcome. It's the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games Atlantic Regional. Day 2 drawing to a close. Right now, Brierly pushing the pace. Looking to close out her last 6 burpees in round number 2. She'll advance past the yellow line into round number 3. Same rep scheme. The weight will lighten to 75 pounds. Nicole Corey also advancing her barbell. Her final look at burpees in round number 2. Brierly addressing the bar, starting off round number 3. Brierly 5, touch it goes and done. She'll advance forward. 4 minutes even on the clock. Nicole Corey, CrossFit bound, crossing the yellow line. About to start her 3rd round. Monique Williams stepping across the line, along with Bailey Garrett. Monique Williams out of CrossFit 1401. Garrett out of Stroud CrossFit. Four minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Julia Glotz, Maverick CrossFit, crossing into the next zone as well. Approaching 5 minutes, looking to finish up round number 3 completely. Caitlin Brierley down to her last 6 burpees. .5:15 on the clock. Garrett, Williams, and Corey all looking to finish up. All about tied up for second. Brierley pushing ahead, looking to finish up her snatches completely. And she will advance her barbell. 5 snatches to go for Brierley to finish up. And then she'll just have the burpees remaining to close out round number 4 as we approach 6 minutes. Six minutes on the clock, 3 minutes remaining. Brierley advancing forward. Just the burpees left to go. Bailey Garrett advancing. Barbell overhead going touch and go. Garrett looking to make a move on second place, and that's exactly what she does, putting herself squarely in second, just ahead of Williams and Corey. Williams gonna be in third. Monique advancing the barbell. Caitlin Brierley, though, last few reps as we pass 6 minutes and 35 seconds. Caitlin Brierley, white top, purple shorts, and Brierley, her last rep, and she'll spin across the line, close it out at 6:46. Unofficially, the battle now for second, Bailey Garrett. The first to get there, but Monique Williams flying through her burpees. It's gonna be Garrett at 7:01. And Monique Williams will finish up not far behind at 7:11, less than 2 minutes to go. Isaacs, Corey, both flying through their burpees as well, along with Glotz. Who's it gonna be next to finish up? It's gonna be Isaacs closing it out. And Glotz will come from behind to finish mid-pack at 7:32. And side by side, Corey and Christie will finish up. Carter next up. Aaron will take it across the line as we approach the 1 minute mark. Chastity Martin in striking distance of closing out under that time cap as we approach the 1 minute mark. 1 minute. .45 seconds. Lane number 3, Chastity Martin will close it up straight out of Brickhouse CrossFit. She will shut it down under the 8:30 mark, and that's 30 seconds. 30 seconds remaining. Gretchen Lee, CrossFit Lorton, fighting to close out round number 2, and that she does with less than 20 seconds to go. How many snatches can she get at 75 pounds? We will see as we hit 10 seconds remaining on the clock. Gonna count it down for you folks. We're finishing up this heat in 3, 2, 1. That's time. Big round of applause for your top 3 finishers, Monique Williams, Bailey Garrett, and Caitlin Brierley, setting the time to beat at 6:46.
10 women in this second of 4 heats. Call Saturday Moving Day, and a couple of them have been living up to that, as both Shelby Neil and Nikita Dix have really moved up the leaderboard here after the last event.
Shelby Neil is only 16 points out of qualifying position right now. She moved herself up into the 12th place position from 22nd earlier today. She needs one more real big event here. Took second place in that handstand walk. And Nikita Dix, same thing. She's just coming off of a 9th place finish in the handstand walk, which moved her from 29th all the way up to 19th place. So they're looking for riding the momentum from that one, looking for one last good big push to wrap up their day 2.
Stand by.
Heat number 2 is underway. 4 rounds of 10 barbell snatches at 125 pounds to start, and then 12 bar-facing burpees. But the second 2 rounds, that barbell was just 75 pounds.
Well, this event is all about the bar. The first one, you need to pace where you can, and depending on your strength and how many you can hold on to. But it's about that second bar. Hold on for big sets, if not all of them, for the second bar. And really, with those burpees, you just have to breathe whenever you can. Whenever you take a pause, you got to get a big deep breath.
Sarah Beth Phillips is the leader. She's in the middle of your screen. She is through 8 of the 88 total repetitions, currently 21st overall. But really, everybody inside the top 20 is very much alive for a spot in the top 5. This has been one of the tightest competitions that we've seen so far during regionals. Now we're only at the halfway point. After this, we'll be through 4 of the 6 events. But tomorrow's going to be exciting.
All the different sets of tests just bring out weaknesses, bring out strengths for all of the competitors, and that's what makes the athletes just bounce all up and down the leaderboard, especially the middle of the pack like these athletes in this heat.
Ballerina Nattori is your leader, putting the finishing touches on her first round of 12 burpees over the barbell. The time to beat, Caitlin Brierly, 6 minutes, 46.97 seconds in the upper left-hand part of your screen.
What hurts about this event is moving barbells quickly really taxes your system, and so when you're finished and you put the bar down, that's when the breathing, you want to breathe, but you need to go into 12 burpees. And if anyone's done burpees, you know it hurts burpees. You can't breathe once you do them, so moving quickly through them, it just is this compounding effect, and with that heavy barbell, it leaves no opportunity to breathe.
Lora Gonzales Marin, who grew up in Venezuela, just got hit with a no rep because if you watch her right foot, it was outside of her lane, so that will not count. She's got to stay in her lane when she lifts. Now she's readjusting her barbell, and Sarah Beth Phillips has now overtaken her for second place. Sarah Beth Phillips on the right. Next to her on the left is Megan Root, whose twin sister Meredith competed last week at the West Regional and lost her qualifying spot at the games on the very final event.
A lot of these women here now into their second set with this barbell at 125 pounds. That's a weight that's a little bit more of that, it's the awkward weight. You have to set yourself up for it. It's not something you can just grab the bar and rip, but it's also not near their 1 rep maxes, so it's that awkward weight that it's hard for some of these ladies to just want to pick it right back up, but on the other hand, you got to keep moving because when you take too much rest, it's just eating into your clock.
And you can see just how heavy that weight is as Shelby Neil is needing to pull herself underneath it and squat snatch it.
The requirement really is just a snatch. You don't have to power snatch. You don't have to squat snatch. Wherever you catch with your hips is just fine. There's no requirement there. But the athletes that pull themselves under lower and need to, it's showing that the weight is heavier and they're not able to pull as high and catch in that high position.
Nikita Dix in lane number 1 has fallen off the lead pace. First ever appearance here at the regional competition, and she's towards the back of the pack here in the second heat. Ballerina Nattori now onto that 75-pound barbell, and she's making quick work of it. More than halfway done now, 88 total repetitions. She's through 49 and counting. This is her third round. 10 snatches and then 12 more burpees over the barbell.
Ballerina Nattori's best finish was on Linda yesterday with those heavy barbells, so again showing us she can move the heavy weight.
Carolyn Dardini, an athlete we expected to be a little farther up the leaderboard at this point in the competition, comes in 22nd place overall. She needs to stay towards the front of the pack here if she wants to start climbing up the leaderboard.
The burpee over the bar, these athletes have gotten really good at being able to put their foot placement. Watch how Caroline jumps up in that stagger foot position. As long as your feet jump up together at the same time and land, that's what the judge is looking for.
1 foot takeoffs are not allowed. Ballerina Nattori is now done with her third set of 12, and this will be her final round.
And this is the part that hurts, Sean. They're fatigued, they're tired, but that weight's only 75 pounds, so she should be able, and in her head, she knows it. I can move this weight, but your body just wants a rest.
Notori trying to track down the time to beat that was set by Caitlin Brierly in the prior heat, 6:46.97 seconds.
And the difference there with her catching, Notori's able to catch so high, her legs are practically straight when she catches the bar. It shows her strength, her ability to pull, and that bar is just so much lighter at 75 pounds.
Notori now 12 burpees remaining, and she's going to set the new mark to beat if she keeps this pace, as Carolyn Dardini on the left is now on her final set of 12 burpees. And look at the pace that she's keeping up with. She's threatening to catch Notori here.
Dardini's flying in the blue top. Oh my word.
And now the final 6 for Dardini, but Notori has about a 4-rep lead on her. So Notori is going to hang on despite the frantic pace by Carolyn Dardini. And Notori has the new mark to beat at 6:09.38 seconds as Dardini crosses the finish line.
I'm just wondering why that pace wasn't there a little bit earlier. I really think she really left a lot there. She had a lot more strength, a lot of speed left. I would have liked to see her move just a bit quicker in the round before.
It's Kalarina Notori at 6:09.38 seconds, who sets the mark to beat as she wins heat number 2. We're going to hand things off to Dylan Malitsky on the floor, and we will see you for heat number 3.
To her first event today, and sits just 16 points out of a qualifying spot, has to reset her bar. As Sarah Beth Phillips will cross the line next, sub 7 minutes. Next, it's going to be Shelby Neil, right at about the 7-minute mark. Less than 2 minutes to go, and a few athletes working on their final round of burpees. Lora, Gonzales, Marin. The athlete originally from Venezuela wants to be the next competitor across that finish line, as Lora Gonzales will jump and sprint across the line, 7:31. And next it's going to be down in lane number 9, Myra Brandt, the Masters athlete, finishing up. Lane number 7 next, Megan Roots. And then down in lane number 10, Kim DeCray of CrossFit West Chase. Lane number 2, Allison Scuds, clocking in a time at around 7:50. With 1 minute remaining, we've got Nikita Dix looking to finish up and close out our second day of competition here at the Atlantic Regional. West Palm Beach, you can do better than that. Let's help out Nikita. 1 burpee remaining as Nikita Dix gets it done well beneath the cap. 8:21 unofficially.
Three very unique challenges are in the books here at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games Atlantic Regional. And for event 4, we flipped the script yet again. This will be the fastest event that we have seen yet in the entire competition.
Fastest, and usually those are the ones that are the most painful, and that's no different with this one. Burpees and heavy barbells. The first bar is going to be heavy. The second one gets lighter. It's snatches, and what these ladies are going to do, they're going to have 2 rounds of snatches at 10 reps each at a 125-pound bar. And then they're going to move on to 12 snatches, 12 burpees, and then the second bar is going to weigh 75 pounds, and they're going to do the 12 burpees. They have a 9-minute time cap for all that work.
And you mentioned that lighter barbell. That puts a real unique spin on this event. And for more on that, let's go down to Amanda Krenz.
This event forces intensity. The athletes are going to start out with this 125-pound barbell. They're going to pace themselves through that. Eventually, as the event progresses, they're going to get to that 75-pound barbell for their snatches. That's where the intensity is going to happen. They are going to have to move through that. The athletes are going to have to get uncomfortable if they want to be successful.
Thank you, Amanda. Pain management is one of the keys of this event. Right in the middle of the floor, lane 5, Emily Bridgers. We call Saturday moving day, and man, she has really lived up to that.
Well, she came into today in 11th place, and Emily Bridgers, who's previously taken this regional, she was not going to stay down there. So not just taking the event win, but taking the event record worldwide for all the athletes that have done the event earlier today. Just smashed the handstand walks, and I expect her to do more of the same in this event.
Managed to move up 8 spots and is in the top 3. Meanwhile, 17-year-old Hailey Adams is in 5th place overall. She moved up the leaderboard after last event as well.
I'm so impressed with Hailey Adams, just composure with these veteran athletes here at the regional competition, taking a 4th in the handstand walk event, riding some momentum. You never see that look change. She's just focused and ready to attack.
Mckenzie Fletcher is on the outside looking in. She's in 7th place overall, but only 4 points back of 5th place Hailey Adams.
Have my eye on her. She's a 195-pound snatch. She is able to move these barbells. It's just going to be, can her lungs keep up?
Third of 4 heats is underway. 88 total repetitions, 4 rounds of 10 snatches, and then 12 burpees over the barbell. That first barbell weighs 125 pounds, and it needs to go from the ground directly overhead in one movement. The athletes cannot pause at their shoulders and then press the barbell out. If they do that, the repetition will not count.
And a couple different styles already. Some of these ladies are holding on to that barbell weighing 125 pounds for multiple reps. Others are breaking them up early, choosing singles, small sets of 2. The biggest thing is you go with as many as you can get without taxing yourself and feeling fatigue. That's the key to this one, is really just to watch that first barbell.
Danny Spiegel, who you just saw, is fighting for the lead with Brianna Gongloff, and now Emily Bridgers, who's in the blue shorts in the middle of your screen and the white top. And she's going to fly up and over this barbell. Bridgers now in the lead as Spiegel drops back to 2nd. Spiegel making her first regionals appearance.
And this is the difference. Spiegel's speed here on the burpees are just that much slower. And so for some of these ladies, where they can capitalize is on the barbell, and they need to. Emily Bridgers, though, is wow, there she is. Look at the speed difference. Emily Bridgers just bounces off of the ground. One of the shorter athletes at 5'1", but she's just her ability and lung capacity to be able to move that quick, it just doesn't tax her the same as the others.
Bridgers in the middle of your screen. She is your leader in this heat. 88 total repetitions. The leader's name will be highlighted in a blue box at the top of your screen, and the number of repetitions that athlete has completed will be in the white box. Everyone else highlighted in red. The number in the white box will indicate how many reps they are behind the heat leader. Colson Lamb Casey is on the left. She's in the black top, gray pants. She's moved into 2nd place ahead of Mckenzie Fletcher. And Brianna Gongloff now in the 4th position in this event.
And Emily Bridgers with those singles, being able to keep those singles, and as soon as she drops, she doesn't waste a lot of time. She gets right back to the barbell.
Mckenzie Fletcher is in the upper right-hand part of your screen, and she's dropped back into 5th place as Emily Bridgers continues that frantic pace on her burpees over the barbell. At 44 reps, she'll be halfway done with this event, and then that barbell drops to 75 pounds, and that's when these athletes can really stomp the gas.
Especially Emily Bridgers, she'll be able to hold on for bigger sets there. She's pacing this one out just right. Her burpees are going to stay the same. She's going to still fly through them on the 2nd barbell, but watch out because she's going to be able to hold on a lot quicker on those snatches.
Emily Bridgers has improved with every event. After a 19th place finish in event 1, she took 5th in event 2, and then she set an event record in event 3, looking for back-to-back event wins here, but still 1 heat to go, and she still has to beat the time that was set by Kalarina Nattori in the prior heat at 6:09.38 seconds.
And you have that built-in transition where you have to do 5 in each box. So when you know that, as an athlete, take that as your breather, and that's what she did.
Bridgers chasing her 5th career CrossFit Games appearance. Top 5 athletes at the end of the day on Sunday qualify for the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. 6 total events, 2/3 of the way done after this event. Meanwhile, Hailey Adams, who came in 5th place overall, is back in the pack And it's not a surprise because that barbell is a heavy, heavy weight for her.
For these girls, especially coming in from the teen competition, coming up to with the bigger athletes, with the RX ladies, usually it is the heavy barbell for them that they just haven't had the time as their body has grown to be able to put their bodies under those loads. So she's managing them fine. The burpees are okay, but it really is the snatch that's holding her up.
Hailey Adams is on the left of your screen. She's in those red shorts and white top. The leader in the event is Emily Bridgers. She's towards the upper right of your screen in the blue shorts and white shirt. Now in the middle of your screen through 68, now 69 of the 88 total repetitions, trying to chase down Notori's time to beat of 6:09.38 seconds. Mckenzie Fletcher, meanwhile, is starting to reel in Colton Lamb Casey just 6 reps back. Colton Lamb Casey is on the opposite side of the floor as Mckenzie Fletcher.
That's huge for Flincham because she's in that position. In 7th position, she's tied with 2 other ladies, just 4 points out of qualifying position coming into this event.
But Emily Bridgers is on her final 12 burpees, and she's looking to set the mark to beat with 1 heat to go and possibly move up the leaderboard. Right now, she's in 3rd place overall. But the 2 women she's chasing are in the final heat, and now she's already got 1 event record. Bridgers might be staring at another one. And Emily Bridgers is going to do it. A record-breaking day for Emily Bridgers as she has the time to beat heading into the final heat.
I have chills. That was amazing. That was a stellar performance. Right on, Emily.
This is her final year of individual competition as Colton Lamb Casey comes across the finish line. Colson will be 2nd in the event with 1 heat to go. But Emily Bridgers making her final appearance as an individual competitor, trying to get back to the CrossFit Games for the 5th time. And these are your 2 leaders on the floor. Danny Spiegel's on the left. Now she is in. Brianna Gongloff is on the right. She has 1 more rep, and then she will get across the finish line. So all these women getting inside the time to beat, which means their ranking in this heat will match their ranking in the event, but we do have 1 heat to go. And Emily Bridgers goes back-to-back with event records, 5:29.38 seconds. Elena Fisk just finished up. Hailey Adams still on the floor.
The good news for these ladies is they were with Emily Bridgers, so that kept them pushing. It kept their pace because they were not reseeded into their heats after the last leaderboard or after the last event. It just helps these ladies out to get that push, especially when you don't want to hold on to that bar, when your body's telling you just to stop. Look in the back of your screen, just peeling themselves off the ground. This one hurts worse when you're finished.
Hailey Adams looks like she's going to get inside that 9-minute time cap with no problem. She's no stranger to the big stage. Been to the CrossFit Games the last 2 years in the teenage division. In 2016, she finished 2nd in the 14 to 15-year-old division. And then last year, she was 2nd in the 16 to 17-year-old division.
You forget that some of these athletes out there at that age have been, all they've ever remembered is CrossFit, that they were little, they were in elementary school thinking, oh, maybe I'll be a CrossFit athlete one day. Maybe I'll be in a competition. Here she is.
Stevie Dellinger is on her final set of barbell facing burpees. The Dellinger is done, and she will get in well inside that 9-minute time cap. Plenty of time to spare for her. That leaves Paige Henry as the only athlete on the floor.
And that barbell for Paige Henry, the first one for her, was the one that just took it out of her. She had to pace that one out. And at that many reps, Sean, that's when, even though this barbell is light, it's just the fatigue. Your body is so taxed that even though it's lighter, you're just so tired.
And that's the challenge here. All these athletes know they can hang on to this thing. It's just a matter if they want to and they want to just deal with that pain.
Henry's form is just breaking down. Her back is rounded. Her legs are fatigued, and that's why that's happening. So it's inefficient. And so with each pull, with each snatch, she's just getting that much more tired as well.
Less than 15 seconds to go before we hit the 9-minute time cap. And Paige Henry just trying to get as many reps as she possibly can.
gutsy move, holding on. She pushed did everything she could there.
And even though you don't finish the event, you're still alive in the competition. You just get penalized 1 rep for every rep you did not finish. But Paige Henry is done. We hit the time cap, but Emily Bridgers with yet another event record as she's looking to sweep the events here on day 2 and solidify her hold on one of the spots in the top 5. We'll be back with the 4th and final heat for the women. After 3 events, look how tight this leaderboard is. In spots 5 through 10, just 8 points separate Hailey Adams from Melissa Dahl. Cassidy Mcwhorter, though, coming in with the overall lead. But after what Emily Bridgers did, she's going to have to come up with a big performance here in order to hang on to that top spot.
If somebody can do it, it's going to be Cassidy Mcwhorter. She can move heavy barbells. She can do it quickly. And so if she can do that faster than Emily Bridgers, she has a chance.
Paige Semenza is 4 points back of Hailey Adams. She's trying to punch her way into the top 5 here in the final event of the day. If you want to win the event, you're going to have to set a record because Emily Bridgers beat the prior event record in the last heat, 5 minutes, 29 seconds.
Already holding on to that 125-pound barbell, Cassidy Mcwhorter has just improved with her strength over the years tremendously. Last year at the CrossFit Games, we saw her with a 200-pound snatch in one of the CrossFit Games events. And she is just touch and go, holding on for all of those reps of 5 at 125 pounds.
Cassie Mcwhorter, middle of your screen in the purple shorts. She is your leader through 11, now 12 of the 88 total repetitions. Now remember, after the first 2 rounds of the 10 snatches and 12 barbell burpees, the weight gets lighter. It's a new twist that we have never seen before at regionals. Usually in these events, the weight gets heavier.
And it seems, oh, maybe that's easier. Maybe that's nice. Maybe that's a nice thing to do because the barbells, when you're tired, go lighter. No. Actually, what that does, it forces the athletes to want to hold on to it, and they mentally say there's no reason I should put this down, but it hurts so bad to keep going, and that's the reason why it's lighter. That's what Dave Castro, director of the games, was thinking with this one.
Whitney Gallin in the middle of your screen in the all-dark pants and top has now caught Cassidy Mcwhorter for first place, but Gallin just dropped the barbell. Cassidy Mcwhorter has stayed on it. She did her first 10 unbroken. They'll do 5 and then move forward for another 5. That's the first time that Cassidy Mcwhorter on the right of your screen has dropped the barbell.
Watch the 2 athletes. Mcwhorter just looks so composed when she does her snatch. Gallin is working so much harder. She's pulling with her arms a little before she even starts. Just isn't getting the same drive out of her hips and legs as Mcwhorter. She has a little pause there as the bar comes up off her hip and just isn't able to use her big muscles and use those hips to move the bar.
Cassidy Mcwhorter through 30 of the 88 reps, and she's in the middle of your floor looking to hang on to this lead in the final heat. Apologize for the technical difficulties. Cassidy Mcwhorter is still your leader in this heat, trying to chase down Emily Bridgers' top time of 5:29.38 seconds. But the most important thing for Cassidy Mcwhorter is she just stays ahead of everybody in this heat. She is most likely going to hang on to the overall lead, or at least a spot in the top 5.
Nothing has changed with her burpees. The consistency that she takes the steps. Watch how she jumps, takes her step, hops over. It doesn't change, and that is the key to just a top CrossFit Games athlete. They know their pacing. They know the timing of what all of these movements should do, and she executes them.
And now Mcwhorter steps up to the 75-pound barbell, and this should probably go a lot faster than those first 20 repetitions did. Remember, the bar has to go from the ground overhead without pausing at the shoulders. If it stops at the shoulders and they press it out, the rep will not count.
And she held the bar as she moved into the next set, showing just how strong she is. A lot of the ladies take a breath there. She's still looking very relaxed. She's just such a powerful, strong athlete.
Mckenzie Riley's on the left of your screen in the purple. She came into this event in second place overall. But like Cassie Mcwhorter, if she just stays out front in this heat, she will remain in the top 5, as she will not surrender points to the women immediately behind her on the overall leaderboard. 58 of the 88 total repetitions down for Cassie Mcwhorter. And then she will move on to her final round of 10 snatches after she is done with this set of burpees. She rolls the barbell forward. She has 6 more, and then she will be done. Mckenzie Riley is in a close battle for second place with Paige Semenza, Whitney Galin, and Lindsay Eder.
Mckenzie Riley has been so consistent. No event finished outside the top 7. Just really been consistent right there, and I'm so impressed with that because earlier today was an event that I was a little nervous for with those handstand walks with the obstacle, and 7th place in that is a great win. That's huge for Mckenzie Riley.
4 minutes and 40 seconds gone by in this event. Cassie Mcwhorter in the middle of your screen in the all black, working on her 4th and final round of snatches and through 71 of the 88 total repetitions as we approach the 5-minute mark. And she may have a chance to just break the event record that Emily Bridgers just set.
She's gonna have to hustle though.
12 burpees, and she has 22 seconds to do them. But more importantly for Cassidy Lance is that she is going to lock up another top 2 finish in an event if she keeps this pace. And she's ahead of everybody in her heat. So no one's picking up points on Cassie Mcwhorter except for Emily Bridgers. So Bridgers will win her second event as she sweeps the 2 events here on Saturday, but Cassie Mcwhorter looking to win her heat. But in the bottom of your screen, Lindsay Eder, she's in the bottom right, is starting to catch up to Mcwhorter. 2 reps to go for Mcwhorter. She's on the right, Eder's on the left. Mcwhorter's in.
Oh.
Eder lost some time by advancing her barbell, but she's across the finish line. Lindsay Eder came in just 6 points back of Hailey Adams, and she just smashed Hailey Adams' time. So Adams is going to drop out of the top 5 most likely. That woman will not.
That was impressive for Eder to be able to fly through that second barbell. I didn't see her coming out, then Cassidy Mcwhorter did either.
Cassie Mcwhorter with a winning time in this heat of 5 minutes 49.54 seconds. Great day number 2 for Cassidy Mcwhorter. Whitney Galin is in, 6 minutes 28.83 seconds for her. Megan O'Donnell is in the yellow shirt. Melissa Dahl in lane 7. She's in the purple shorts. She's your leader on the floor. Jamie Byerly is in second, followed by Whitney Stevenson, who's on the right of your screen in the green pants. She won the opening event, but has since fallen down the leaderboard. She comes into this event in 14th place overall, but only 30 points back of 5th. Melissa Dahl wrapping up her final set of burpees over the barbell, and Dahl closes out day 2. Scholl is on the left. Byerly is in, so Scholl and Stevenson, the only 2 athletes left on the floor, and we have 90 seconds to go before we hit the time cap. 7 minutes, 35 seconds gone by in this 4th and final heat as we close out day 2 of competition here at the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games Atlantic Regional. Stevenson trips over her barbell, but she's still going to get across the finish line. It is a rule that you have to jump over your barbell on your way to the finish mat. And now Sarah Scholl is in. And with that, day 2 of competition for the individuals comes to a close as Cassidy Mcwhorter with another top 3 finish in an event as she looks to hang on to the overall lead heading into the final day of competition.
It was close to Emily Bridgers' time, but not good enough because, I mean, she held on to this barbell unbroken on the 125s. I thought she was going to have a chance, but her burpees were just a little bit slower than Emily Bridges were, and that's why Emily was able to get it. Galynn was the one who really went out to just too heavy, too fast of a pace on that heavy barbell. She got caught up with it, was fine with her burpees, but had some struggle there with that first heavy barbell. Mcwhorter kept the speed, didn't look any different from her first burpee to her last as she made her way over the bar every single time. But that slower speed gave Eder the opportunity to make that push. Eder did a great job on that second light bar because we didn't even see her coming. She was flying through that 75-pound bar, so much so that Cassie Lance Mcwhorter really had to make a hustle on those last set of burpees to get the heat win.
Diving across the finish line, and Cassie Lance Mcwhorter will wrap up third place in the event, just getting edged out by 6/100ths of a second by Colson Lamb Casey. Emily Bridgers back-to-back event wins and back-to-back event records, but Cassidy Lance Mcwhorter looks to leave Saturday with the overall lead in the standings, and she is with Amanda Krenz.
Cassidy, that finish was extremely exciting. Did you know how close it was getting there at the end?
I heard the crowd, and the crowd was amazing, and I knew that there were people pushing, so you had to push.
I'm sure you trained this event at home. What sort of pace did you develop knowing that you were going from a heavier barbell to a lighter barbell as the event progressed?
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to do singles until I saw the other regions go, and then I was like, oh, all right.
Touch and go it is.
Yeah.
So you're done with day 2 of competition now, heading into the final day. What do you think of the tests so far and your position moving into the final day?
One more day, last the best of all the game. Let's go.
Thanks, Cassidy.
Cassidy Lance Mcwhorter, back-to-back third place finishes, looking to hang on to the overall lead after day 2. Emily Bridgers, though, a record-breaking day for her as she wins both events and locks up 200 total points as she looks to make it back to the CrossFit Games for the 5th time in her career. The Smith brothers will be a factor tomorrow, as will that man, Noah Olson. We'll have every heat of every event live here. You can watch it on games.crossfit.com and cbssports.com. Let's send it back to Sam Farber in the Update Studios.